What's good, YouTube? Everyone, you're back again once again. Today, Callum and I are back for the egg hatching portion of our Blaze Black 2 Volt White 2 cooperative Egglocke.
Howdy, y'all. How's it going? What's up? What's up, everyone? Hello.
If you're watching this on Callum's channel, you're seeing him hatch his eggs. If you're watching on my channel, you're gonna see me hatch my eggs. So if you're watching on my channel, you send an egg to Callum, I'm gonna go over to his channel and see if you can see your egg over there. And vice versa.
Yeah, vice versa.
Etc. But what we're gonna do is we each chose 5 questions, and we're gonna answer those 5 questions each. And we tried our hardest not to grab the painfully obvious questions, because every single time we do Q&As, we get the same repeat questions over and over and over again. You know, what's your favorite Pokemon if it wasn't Gengar or Scrafty? If Pokemon were real, what would your in-game Team of 6 be, or your IRL Team of 6 be? You know, all the same questions over and over and over again. So hopefully we grab some unique questions. And I think I said this in the original or in the last episode. If I didn't, then I'll try and remember it for next time I do a Q&A. But if you do ask questions that aren't Pokemon, you did end up getting some sort of priority over others. Yeah,
I was gonna say we tried to choose Pokemon, like stuff that wasn't Pokemon related, because the majority of people most likely already know, and it's just a way to solve a question.
Yeah, it's just the same questions over and over again. So either way, go ahead and give us your first question, Callum.
My first question is from German Boy. He says, he says, this is for both of you. What animes have you watched, and do you prefer dubbed or subbed? For example, Fairy Tail, thanks to you, he's been watching it. And yeah, pretty much just ask if you prefer dubbed or subbed. This will be fun to talk about.
Okay, and do you prefer dubbed or subbed?
Dubbed, because just, I don't know, I feel like if you don't understand what they're saying, there's like no need for you to watch it. But like Fairy Tail has been going on, you know, as subbed. It doesn't have like the rest of the anime in dubbed. So like 120 episodes out of 200 that are dubbed, so I'd watch that in subbed, but I don't know, I just prefer dubbed overall. It's like
I prefer dubbed because I grew up watching English TV and I just enjoy it more. And really the biggest thing for me, and a lot of people don't understand it because I don't know why, like I don't know why, it's kind of like Call of Duty versus Battlefield. The people that want like anime heads are so insistent upon watching subbed anime because it's so much better, because that's what it was originally meant to be, and that's the Japanese voice acting is so much better.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, if you want to watch subbed, more power to you. You know, there's not a huge like dubbed army that's against the sub army. It's always the opposite way around. The people that prefer subs try and force that upon everyone else, and it's like, if you want to do that, do that.
Yeah.
I just prefer doing this because 90% of the time I'm busy all the time. That's 90% of the time, all the time, I know, right? Most of the time, I'm multitasking. I don't have time to just sit and just give all my attention to what I'm watching. Most of the time, I'm either editing a video or doing something in Photoshop or whatever. And it's nice to have anime just sitting there, and I can glance over to it every once in a while to see the action that goes down. But most of the time, I'm just listening to what happens. I don't speak Japanese fluently, so I can't just listen to that. I literally have to stop everything that I'm doing to read the text that's on the screen in order to keep up with what's happening. So for me and my lifestyle, I prefer dub. That's why I stopped D-Grade Man at episode 51 or whatever it is, and until I actually get a decent chunk of time, I probably won't pick up D-Grade Man again, which sucks because ended on a cliffhanger, but oh well.
Yeah, that's exactly the same with me. I just, the exact everything Nappy said is I just agree with.
Alright.
I don't know.
Is it a 2-part question, or is that it?
I think that's it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yep. He just said he prefers subs because the Japanese voice acting is amazing, which is all fine. Just don't get on us if we like dubbed over subbed. Like, that's our own decision. Don't say, ew, oh my god, gross. Whatever.
My first question comes from a user by the name of Evolutions. They say you guys have to talk about your thoughts on the Taglock. Obviously, they're meaning the Lumio Station, Ruby and Sapphire, Taglock, Team Alpha, Team Omega. Like, I mean, I know Nappy kind of already did, but sit down and think about and talk about your thoughts on each other's parts and how you think the Taglock would have gone if things were different, such as different players on the team and whatnot. It was a big part of Lumino Station. You guys had some pretty big roles. Also, I love this entire series from the beginning, and would not mind seeing another Egglocke in the future from both.
Huh. Well, that's actually a really great question. I haven't really spoke about it, I guess, publicly. So.
My thoughts. I was a part of the LS wrap-up video at the end of it that myself, Shady, and PK recorded from PAX Prime. So I've kind of already just spilled my thoughts on it, which, you know, they said in their comment. But just to reiterate it one time for you guys that might have missed it, Team Alpha, we played as best we could. We had a couple of slip-ups when Matt lost the Magmar, when Mo lost the Sceptile, things like that. PK played his part perfect. He did exactly what he was supposed to do. And a lot of people were upset about how we tricked Game Boy Luke and we did all this stuff, and how we intentionally let Luke win so that when we swapped save files, you know, Callum would have to go through a second gym. That's just strategy. Everybody that was involved with the tag lock knew what was happening from the start. You guys didn't know what was happening from the start. It was supposed to be a surprise. It's not like Team Alpha hatched this devious plan and sprung it upon Team Omega at the last second. No. Everyone had the same amount of time to plan and prepare for what they wanted to do, and we just executed a better plan than Team Omega did.
Yeah, that part. Yeah, Luke could have, you know, held back, but he didn't. He went in there with really low-leveled Pokemon, because when I got the save file, I was like, Jesus Christ, how did Luke, like, you know, take on the 7th gym with this? Or actually, no, I got the opposite. What I'm talking about. But yeah, I watched the episode, I should say. Yeah, the Pokemon I had was still low-leveled, but I watched the episode where Luke went in there and took on the 7th gym, and he was like with level 30s and stuff. Like his highest level was 30, and he was just relying on that Tauros with what was it? That one I am.
Bright Powder.
Bright Powder. He was relying on that. I don't know. It was all up to like Luke could have held back if he wanted to, but he didn't. So.
And I called that when Shady caught that Tauros. It said Tauros is a monster, and you're gonna have that to the end, and they had it to the end. And another thing that a lot of people were all upset about. Even though Shady and I like specifically said it in the last part and the recap video that it's all for good sport, and yeah, Shady even said Nappy won fair and square, people are still all in the comment section of that video saying, I don't care what happened, Team Omega's still the winner in my heart. Well, your heart's wrong. Because Team Omega lost, and a lot of people are saying that I only won because of a Hydro Pump miss. I used Flash with the Sceptile.
Yeah, he did, which I gave to him, and everyone, not everyone, a few people were like, wow, thanks Callum, you gave them the win because you gave Sceptile Flash. And I was just like, well, how was I meant to know that Nappy was going to go up against the Gyarados, and he would use Flash against that Gyarados, and Gyarados would miss Hydro Pump, probably because of the Flash. Like
even if it was just one Flash, it's a low accuracy move to begin with, and I've lowered its accuracy again. And a lot of people in the comment section were tearing me down, saying that I played off of hacks and a whole bunch of other stuff. Like, what the fuck am I supposed to do when I go into Elite Four with a team of 30s and 2 Pokemon at level 40?
Yeah, exactly.
We're going in there low level. That's the only strategy we have. You know, I think the viewer just gets this notion that we're just supposed to provide the ultimate form of entertainment. Well, if I just went in there and just YOLO'd it, I would have got bopped the first one, and then you would have just torn me apart saying, Nappy, you should have done this, this, and this. You could have done this. I went in there, I played smart, I played tactically. Nobody tore Shady down over the fact that he just rushed through the entire thing and got bopped. Nobody said anything about Shady doing that. It was just about how Nappy played off of hacks and all this other stuff.
Both Nappy and Shady just played, like, they did what they thought was best at the time, and even though it might not be best overall, it's just what they thought at the time, and if you're upset over that, then I guess that's just up to you, but you can't really change it, so I don't see the point of complaining.
I mean, at the end
overall,
of the day,
it was an awesome tag lock. I loved it so much.
At the end of the day, everyone that's involved in the tag lock is happy. It was just a friendly competition. Really, it's just a comment section. That's honestly the only downside to the tag lock, in my opinion.
I mean, the comment section, some of it was good. A lot of you guys left good comments, but there was a couple negative ones that
I would say the majority of the comment section was negative comments. Whether it was directed towards team members from each team or whatnot, the majority of the comment section was negative, and I really don't understand why. It's a friendly competition, and it's like that's all I can say. It's a friendly competition.
Yeah.
You know, we shouldn't have to break down and explain every single play and move done, or else somebody in the comment section is gonna flip shit. And all it takes is one bad apple and all of a sudden all the other trolls come out and just turn the comment section into what it was. But it is what it is. I'm happy with how it turned out.
I love it so much. It was such a good taglock, and I'm so hyped for the next one that I have planned. Which, by the way, if you haven't seen the Ruby and Sapphire taglock we're talking about, you should definitely go check it out. It was obviously for, you know, to build hype for, I guess, Omega Rune of Sapphire. But yeah, we're planning on doing an X and Y one soon, I'm pretty sure. Which Mo and I are the team captains, so.
Yeah. Swag.
But I guess that's about it for that. I don't know. I just loved that project overall, though.
Yeah.
Okay. So next question. I'll go next, I guess. It's from Dark Spirits 360. He's like, will you guys do another co-op in the future? I really enjoyed this LP, and you know, just wanted to know if we plan on doing another one in the future, pretty much. Because that comment was like, there was so many comments like that, so I just picked the first one I saw.
Are we?
I don't know. Are we? I mean, I don't know. It's co-op or versus. I guess they're sort of the same thing, except co-op is more of a together thing, and versus is like a competitive thing. Obviously, I don't know. I definitely say yes.
I'm sure Callum and I will have projects in the future, of course. As of right now, immediate future, I'm not sure. I have the rest of the year for my channel planned.
Yeah, I was gonna say I probably won't have anything for the rest of the year, but next year.
Yeah, next year for sure. And don't, you guys shouldn't get upset over it. Next year is 2 months away.
Yeah, exactly. It's like next year is 2 months away, but we don't know when. But I can assume we would have something else planned.
Two or 3 months away. A lot of you guys, like for example, just to give you guys some ideas of things that might happen. We did Fire Red, Leaf Green. A lot of people wanted us to do Ruby and Sapphire. I don't know if we could squeeze that in before ORS comes out, then maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. That's a gigantic maybe.
Yeah, that was something we wanted to do, but we don't know if we're gonna have time, because
don't bank on that.
Yeah, we've got a lot of projects to do. It's just a huge maybe.
Exactly, it's a big maybe. If we can squeeze that in, like I said, that was Fire Red. We'd of course randomize it, and it would be just like Fire Red, Leaf Green. That would be an idea. A lot of us want to do Dark Rising 2.
Yeah. A lot of you guys want our sequel to that.
We did Dark Rising, and everyone has been asking us since like the beginning of this year when Dark Rising 2 was announced. You're gonna do Dark Rising 2. You're gonna do Dark Rising 2. Dark Rising 2 only was finished maybe a month ago, and that's what we were waiting for, because we're not gonna start an LP for a game that's not even finished. So Dark Rising 2 was just recently completed, so maybe. Again, that one probably won't happen. I mean, it was about this time last year that we did.
yeah. It was actually our first project we did together, like as in like collaborative, like in the same video sort of project.
Yeah. So if you want to go see super awkward Callum and Nappy, go watch that.
We didn't really talk to each other much at all.
But it was great, because at the time, like, I'm not trying to like put down Shady or anything like that, but at the time, Callum and I were like the biggest upcoming PokeTubers and whatnot. So it was just like a Clash of the Titans LP, and everyone enjoyed it.
Yeah, everyone loved it.
So
I guess
I don't know. Dark Rising 2,
nice.
Dark Rising 2, definitely is gonna be something we plan to do in the future. And then the last thing, which probably would be the first project that's gonna happen next year, we did the Mascot Solo Run versus for X and Y.
I figured that's what you're gonna say. Yep. So we're thinking about doing that for Omega Rune of Sapphire, a mascot.
We'll probably end up doing the same for Omega Rune of Sapphire, and I whoop Callum's ass again.
Yep. Just don't use Mega Gengar this time.
Oh, no. Then you can't have egg moves on Scrafty.
I won't, okay? I won't. Scraggy is fine without his egg moves. I'm kidding. He's not.
I mean, if anything, that just makes Gengar better, because I can give him items.
God damn it. Well, I don't know.
And I want to touch on that too. I know that happened like 10 months ago, but people are still salty as fuck over it. See, no matter what happens, I can't win. Someone's gonna hate on me for one reason or another. Everyone was salty because I won that. Spoiler alert. I won that because I had Mega Gengar. The deal that Callum and I made before we even started the LP, and we said it in episode 1,
we made
was that I was gonna have access to the Mega Stone, the Gengarite, and Callum could have egg moves on his Scrafty. Which, to be honest, makes Scrafty 2 times as good.
Of course, his egg moves like Drain Punch and
Ice Punch.
Yeah, Ice Punch 2 and Thunder
Dragon
Punch and
Dance.
Fire Punch, Dragon Dance. Yeah, I mean, I think the
and keep in mind, Callum had that from the very beginning of the LP.
Yeah,
I sat with a Ghastly with Lick for the longest time.
Yep.
Not until like level 16 or something, and then when he evolved, was I even able to do anything. I sat in that granite cave, getting bodied by that early bird Houndour over and over and over again.
Yep. That shit was. Oh my god, yeah, that was hilarious. But yeah, Nappy and I made a deal, and I guess it balances out because Gengar's frail, and you know he can go down easy, or he can just one-shot everything. Whereas Scrafty might have to take a little bit longer to set up, but at least he won't go down easy. I think I only like fainted once, and that was against the Elite Four. Whereas Nappy, got bopped a bunch of times since the beginning. Like we said,
and
he
you
only
were
had
super over leveled in the Elite Four.
Yeah, I was super over leveled too. So. I think it was equal. We only it was like a 20-minute gap between us two, so it wasn't even like he destroyed me. Like he just ended up getting through it quicker than I did because I messed up a little bit in Victory Road and I just forgot where I was going, and I don't know. I could have done it better, but he ended up winning fair and square.
That's all it was. We made a deal. And
yep.
Anyways, it is what it is.
Yeah.
So we have a couple projects planned. There's stuff planned, but there's no estimated time of arrival for any of them. So. The question being, will we do projects again in the future? Absolutely. We just don't know when. Our schedules are packed.
Yes, sir. But I don't know. I was thinking maybe for the mascot solo run, if I don't know, you want to use your second favorite Pokemon this time around, or you just want to still use Scraggy and Gas? That's something I always forget to ask. I know you probably don't want to answer right now, but it's just that.
Secondary, like our second favorite Pokemon?
Yeah, like Dano, and I guess I don't know. I like Miancha a lot, so maybe Mianfu. Which is that thing's gonna suck to level 50. Oh my god, never mind.
I mean, it's gonna suck for me because I'm gonna have a fucking Hustle Zwilus until it was 64.
Yeah, it's just gonna fucking miss all the time. Either way, I don't know. That's just an idea. But
the only way I would take that is if I was able to get egg moves.
Yeah, because physical stuff. And Mianfu or whatever, he gets pretty decent egg moves too, like Fake Out and other stuff like that. So I don't know, just an idea. Probably still go with
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see about that when the time comes. We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Exactly. But
next question I'm gonna pull comes from the Cyan Squeegee.
Not bad. Nice name.
I know, right? The Cyan Squeegee, and they have a multi-part question. Question 1: how did both of your parents respond to you deciding to play video games as a job? Question 2. Sorry, this one's only for Callum. What was your common username before Scrafty was invented? Question 3. If you guys weren't YouTubers right now, what would you most likely be doing? And then he says, P.S. This series is so awesome and was definitely one of the most memorable that I've watched interactively. So sad to see it go, but can't wait for the next big thing you guys have planned. Whatever it is, I know it'll be great. Oh, well, I'm glad you enjoyed it, Mr. Science Squeegee.
Yeah. So many people enjoyed this. I'm so glad that they did. It was sort of like everyone thought it was just going to be your series, but then turned into like our series.
So first part to his question, how did both of your parents respond to you deciding to play video games as a job? I can tell you right now, it's not an easy thing. To this day, I'm convinced my dad still doesn't believe that I have a quote-unquote job. And I don't care what anybody says, even if you're watching this, you don't agree that YouTube is a job. Well, I mean, number one, I gotta reiterate, playing video games is not our job.
Yeah, it's not our job.
Playing video games is a part of our job. YouTube content creation is our job. That's what we do. We play the games, we turn them into content through editing and recording and uploading, and you have to self-promote. You're basically like an entrepreneur. You have your own startup business, it just happens to be through YouTube. Playing video games as your job is like esports players.
Yeah.
They get paid to fly around the country and play League of Legends or whatever. That's getting paid to play video games. But either way, I don't care what anybody says. If you're watching this and you don't consider it a job, I pay taxes. The government considers it a job.
Exactly.
And last time I checked, you got all the land, yada yada yada, whatever. The government considers it a job. I have to pay taxes on the money that I do earn from it. So to me, it's a job. When it comes to my parents, my mom is cool with it. I don't think my dad really sees it that way, but it is what it is. It's whatever. All I can say is, how can I word this? Once the momentum starts rolling and the support comes through, your parents will stop caring. To be honest with you, they'll stop seeing you as just sitting on the computer all day, and they'll see you as, oh, he's putting in work, he's doing what he needs to do. Yada 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 yada.
Yeah. I don't know. For me, when I first started up YouTube, I guess my mom didn't really care that much. She would always tell me, like, oh, you got to go out and like get a job or something like that. Since, I mean, at the time when I first started YouTube back in 2011, I obviously didn't have, I wasn't out of school then, but. You know, when I was like 1,700 subscribers into this channel is when I left school, and mom would then would start telling me to go get a job and stuff like that. And as soon as my channel started picking up and I started making, I guess, decent money, you know, that I could, you know, buy stuff for myself, I guess, and not have to rely on her, she was like, okay, well, you know, cool, you don't really, she just stopped, you know, going on about me getting a job and doing things like that. So, I don't know, they just stopped caring, I guess, after that. Well, you just have to wait, like Nappy said, till the momentum comes in and stuff.
I mean, I don't really want to talk about the monetary side of things.
Yeah.
I don't feel comfortable doing it, but of course, me saying that's just gonna prompt everyone to ask about it now. Just because I feel like it's behind the scenes type of stuff with YouTube. It's stuff that, like for example, when Shady brought up the notion of ad block, or even on my channel, the video I uploaded or ad block on my channel. Like, if you go to the 20-minute mark on that video, I specifically say, if you use ad block, keep using ad block. Like, I specifically say, keep using it. I didn't ask anybody at all to stop using it. But just the notion of talking about earning money off YouTube just drives everyone insane in the comment section. It's such a taboo thing for content creators to do.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. It is what it is. When it comes to how our parents feel about us doing YouTube as a job is a job.
Yeah, as long as we, I guess, you know, as long as we're not wasting our time with this, then I guess they're fine with it.
Next part of his question, sorry, this one's for Callum. What was your common username before Scrafty was invented?
I had like a couple. I've had so many channels. Like some of them I didn't use, some of them I guess the ones I did use though, I had Shiny Shaman TV, which was why people could see Shaman as my second mascot or whatever. I like Shaman a lot too. It's one of my favorite Pokemon. Definitely like my second favorite probably. I don't know. But I also had, after that, I think it Frozen X Virus, and then Colossal Swagger, and then this one. I don't know. Shiny Shaman TV was just sort of like inactive. That's the reason why I switched all my channels basically, is because they were all inactive. And then this one just finally ended up being the thing. Like when I started this channel though, I didn't really care for YouTube that much as a sort of like, I just cared for it as a hobby. I just uploaded because I wanted to upload and talk to my friends still. And that's why my username isn't something super creative. It's just HoodlumScrafty.
Swag.
So.
And the last one, he says, if you guys weren't YouTubers right now, what would you most likely be doing for a living?
Oh, for a living, I'd probably still be in school, to be honest with you. Like if it wasn't for YouTube, I'd definitely just, I'd still be going to school and just dealing with it. That's.
I'd probably either still be working at Sears. Let me read the question one more time. Is it if we weren't doing YouTube, period? I think it's, yeah, if you guys weren't YouTubers right now, so period, because I still did YouTube while I worked at Sears. I'd probably be going to class, going to college, and working some depressing 9-to-5 job somewhere. Just living a regular average life. Which, I mean, I still live a regular average life, but you guys know what I mean. You guys know what I mean.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's probably what I'd end up be doing. So it's nothing really super duper spectacular. A lot of people ask me all the time, did I drop out of college? I guess you can consider me a dropout. I mean, I never really took school that serious to begin with, which I don't advise any of you guys to do.
Yeah, I did the exact same thing.
For me, I messed up a lot when it comes to college, and I just didn't take it seriously. My best advice to you guys coming out of high school, if you go to college and you're serious about college, do not take any time off. Just take your summer in between high school and college, senior year in college, and dive right into freshman year of high school, of college I should say, not high school, because if you do take time off, it's going to be a bitch and a half trying to get back into it. That's what I did, and because I took it off, you know, I went from having to go to sleep and wake up and go to school every day in high school to I go to sleep and wake up and go to work, and then I have no other responsibilities. I could just sit around and play video games on my days off and whatnot. So trying to incorporate school back into my schedule really sucked. And because of that, I didn't take school very seriously, and I didn't do very well at all, and I messed up a lot. And I'm very fortunate, and I'm thankful. That's why I say thank you at the end of all my videos, that you guys came along and you showed support that you did, because you've literally turned my life around from what it was into what it is now. So
exactly the same with me. Like, I don't know, I didn't enjoy school, and I guess one of the reasons why, like, because I skipped school a lot, and one of the reasons why I did that, I guess, was because I had, YouTube, and I had friends at home, and I was like, I'd rather talk to these guys than go to fucking school and just be all unhappy. So I guess without YouTube, I'd just deal with school. Like, if I'd never met anyone on the internet, I'd definitely still be going to school, but yeah. Basically same.
Swag. Next question.
Oh yeah, it's me next. So yeah, the next question after that. But next up, we have a question from Fancy Chigria, and they ask, what were your first dream jobs? From like, I guess, when you were younger, and if you could compare them to what you do now, I guess it says, and how would you compare them to what you do now? How would you? Yeah. Okay. So pretty much, like, what was your first dream job? I guess when I was like 10, for some reason, I wanted to be an astronaut. I don't know why. It seemed cool.
I wanted to be a garbage man.
What the hell?
When I was a kid, I went to this preschool, and they had, like, the big ass garbage bins that the truck comes, and it like takes the little prongs and slides into the side of the bin, and it lifts it off the ground above the truck and dumps it behind it. When we went to the preschool, we thought that was the coolest thing we'd ever seen, because that truck lifted that big ass bin so high in the air. Oh my lord, we thought it was the coolest thing ever. And then at the same time, I wanted to be one of those guys that just held on to the back of the truck as it was driving. I was like, that's so cool. He's just holding on to the car as it's moving. I didn't really give a damn with the trash aspect, and when I grew up and I learned all the nasty, stupid shit that involves riding on the back of the truck like that, I quickly changed that mindset, and I have no idea what I wanted to be for the longest time, and I think I kind of just settled into the notion of being a history teacher, which honestly, teaching history is nice, but the road to becoming a history teacher is very, very stupid. That's all I can say.
Well, I mean, after wanting to be an astronaut, I guess, when I guess was more realistic with it, when I was like in high school, whatever you guys want to call it, I wanted to be like an artist, like a tattoo artist, because I really like tattoos, and I just wanted to, because I could draw pretty well, and like art class was my favorite and everything. I just wanted to be a tattoo artist once I left school, but then I don't know, ultimately ended up dropping out, and I just didn't do it. I don't know why. I just didn't really feel like I just wanted to try YouTube and see how that would work out for me, and I guess it ended up working out, so I don't really need to do that for now. I don't know. I guess that's what I would want to do right now if YouTube wasn't a thing, is be a tattoo artist.
Swag.
I don't know if I would actually... Well, of course I'd have to tattoo the actual people, though. That's scary to think. I hate needles.
Next question comes from Annie Reynolds. She's got another multiple part question.
Oh.
She says, despite the fact that Nappy has his second channel here, if you weren't a PokeTuber and was opening a new channel for strictly one type of game, what would it be? For example, Digimon, Final Fantasy, etc. She also says, what's one or some of your biggest regrets in life or on the channels, if you feel like sharing that? If you weren't YouTubing right now, where would you be? Well, we kind of already answered that one. So, yeah. What's the thing or things you love most about being a YouTuber? Top 5 animes or cartoons? We might not answer that one. And she says, I think it might be... I'm guessing it's a she. Her name's Annie. Or they say, I think I might think of some more later. So I think we're going to answer the first 3 of your 5 questions, because top 5 lists are just kind of like come on.
They change
like,
all the time.
Our ideal team of 6. Like,
yeah.
You want us to come up with 5 enemies right now off the top of our head? But okay, so first one, if you weren't a PokeTuber and you were opening up a new channel strictly for one type of game, what would it be?
Just for one type of game? I don't know. I only ever really played Pokemon, and I also played, I guess, Crash Bandicoot and Sparrow, so unless I want to play every Crash game over and over and do like Nuzlocke and that, I don't really have an answer. I guess just Pokemon. I never played anything else. I don't really enjoy another game, so.
One type of game, a lot of you guys know I used to be a Call of Duty YouTuber, so I guess I could just say Call of Duty, since I already did it. If I could redo what I did then, actually I don't know if I would redo what I did then, because I feel like me having that experience, spending those years doing Call of Duty on YouTube, kind of sort of helped me when I transitioned into Pokemon, because I know starting off a Pokemon channel, I did have a few advantages over other Pokemon YouTubers, you know, just when it comes to like connections with networks and stuff like that, that I already established through Call of Duty YouTubing. So I don't know if I would necessarily redo what I've done on YouTube. I don't really regret many actions on YouTube, I could say, so far. But if I had to choose something other than Call of Duty and Pokemon, I guess I'd do like action adventure, you know, games like Uncharted. It's really kind of hard for us to say that though, because channels that upload LPs like that aren't really focused on just one type of game. You know, they upload a wide variety of games. It's only really focused and centralized on certain communities, like the Pokemon community, the Call of Duty community, the Minecraft community. You know, when people open up channels and dive into those communities, they're really kind of sort of centrally locked into one game. But if you're not, if you have a channel like Radbrad or Seamus, and you can just upload a wide variety, like Gassy Max Can Eat My Diction, you know, YouTubers like that, they're not really bound to one community or another. They can really just do whatever they want.
Yeah.
So I feel like I'd be one of those YouTubers, because that's kind of sort of how my second channel actually is, where I'm not bound to one game. You know, I do Skyrim, then I'll turn around and do Gears of War, then I'll turn around and do Dungeon Defenders, and then Super Meat Boy.
Yep.
So that's really a perfect example of what my channel would be if I wasn't centralized on Pokemon.
I mean, if it wasn't just gaming, I'd probably do like graphics like I originally did. Like I originally did speed arts and stuff like that, I guess. I'd probably do that if it wasn't doing Pokemon.
Callum still hasn't made me a banner.
Wow.
I asked Callum to make me a banner over a year ago, and he hasn't done it.
I apologize, I just don't have faith in myself.
He should do it. He's amazing graphics, but he won't do it.
Nah, I'm okay.
Won't do it. Next question from her. She says, what's one or some of your biggest regrets in life or on the channel, if you feel like sharing that? In life, I don't really want to get into it right now. I've mentioned that on like, I remember on our first Platinum Egglocke, I did personal question of the days, and I kind of sort of mentioned it then. I don't really want to get into it right now. When it comes to YouTube, like I said, I haven't really done anything. I'm sure there might be something if I sat down and thought about it hard enough that I may regret, but overall, off the top of my head, I really don't regret a lot of stuff that I've done on YouTube so far. Unless you want to count spending 2 years playing Call of Duty. But I mean, I just kind of already said I don't regret that because of the connections that I made and the people that I met and whatnot. So
I don't know. I don't really think I have any regrets. I mean, I may regret it later, me dropping out of school, but as of right now, I don't regret it at all. But I do miss my friends, so I don't know. If I could have managed to make it so, like, I didn't have to go to school as often, like, I asked them for that too, but they just wouldn't let me do it, so I just did drop out. But yeah, if I could have went to, like, school for, like, you know, a few hours a day, and rather than, like, you know, from, like, 9 AM to 4 PM, I guess I would regret dropping out if I was actually got the option to do that. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really regret anything else in my life. I can't really think of anything I regret, either when it comes to YouTube. I don't regret anything.
Her last question that we're going to answer from the series one she left, she says, what's the thing or things that you love most about being a YouTuber? What I love most about being a YouTuber, there's two things. There's one that involves you guys, which is just you guys, period. You guys, your interaction, that's honestly the biggest thing. You know, the best example that comes on the top of my head is whenever I do an Oris update, and I say all the time, like, I love the idea of what if. I love scrolling through the comment section and reading all of your guys' thoughts and ideas, because I'm sure you guys can tell from my Wi-Fi battles, I don't always think of every little thing that could happen in a situation or a scenario or an event or whatever. So just to read stuff and see people and their different thought processes and expressions, I'm just like, wow, like, I would have never thought of that. That's amazing. And just the love and support that you guys show, it's such a motivational factor, and it's so rewarding at the end of the day. Just the fact that you guys come out, and it's just you guys, period. Every aspect of you guys being involved is honestly the best part about doing this.
Except from the negative comments, but
even the negative comments.
And some of them are good.
I can tell you right now, half the time the negative comments they end up making us laugh.
Yeah.
They end up making us laugh. People will try and cut you down so hard in the comment section. I just chuckle at it and move on.
Yeah, because a lot of them, I guess, or a few of them, you know, might be little kids, and it's just like, they're just, you might have called one of their favorite Pokemon stupid, and they're just, yeah, that negative comment doesn't really get to you, but I don't know.
The other part that I like about being a YouTuber, this is more so on like the everyday in and out, is that I get to set my own schedule. You know, if I want to be nocturnal and record at nighttime, I can do that. If I want to have a regular wake up at 8 a.m., go to sleep at 10 p.m. type schedule, I can do that as well. You know, it's so flexible. You know, I'm not bound. I'm my own boss. I can do whatever I want. So that's cool.
I don't know. I like the exact same thing Nappy likes, the interaction with you guys, but I don't really want to just say that just because it's like I'm just agreeing with Nappy. But I don't know. That obviously I love, but I don't know. Other than that, I don't know. I don't really know anything else other than that. Like just interaction with people. That's obviously like the best thing. I guess I like collaborating with people. Although that's probably like, definitely my favorite thing. Like collaborating with my friends on projects and stuff, and just like I enjoy the idea of like making content for people that watch them. Like I don't know. Like when I first started my channel, I'm just like, oh my god, someone actually watched my video, and it's just the idea of people watching your video. I guess is just amazing. I don't know, I love that idea. I like making content and people enjoying it. I just like entertaining, I guess. That's my favorite part about it, just being an entertainer. If you want to say that.
Whoop! Swag.
But I'm next, right? But I guess the next question is Myth, or no, I don't know how to pronounce this guy's name. Mythradir G or something like that. Pretty much his question says, do you prefer co-ops or versuses? Because you know, we've done both of them, so I guess I'd like just hear. I guess I'd like to hear what one do you prefer, not co-op or a versus. For me personally, though, I'd like versus more. I'll get into why in a bit, but you can.
I like them both. I mean, I really don't have one that I like more. I guess I could say co-ops because it's less. I mean, I say co-ops just because I don't want to say it's less stressful. Because it's not really stressful to begin with, but it's just, you can just go into the game and just do whatever you want to do. You know, you're not forced to play a certain way. You're not forced to try and rush through the game and beat somebody else. You know, there's not that whole aspect in the comment section that there was for the Lumio Station tag lock. You know, it's just more fun overall, in my opinion, just to do a regular co-op. But I understand that Versus has its pros, and the co-op has its pros as well. So, I don't know, personally, I like them both, but I guess if I had to choose one, I'd say co-op.
I don't know, I prefer versus just because I just like the idea of like a winner and loser. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, it's friendly. You know, we're not like trying to like, you know, battle to the death or whatever. I think just versuses are just funner to do just because like, I don't know, it's just, maybe just because I win a lot of versuses, I don't know. I just think they're a lot funner to do. I don't know, when it comes to co-op, I like recording them, but I don't know, I just like the idea of going up against someone. I don't know, the comment section is a bit nasty, but I can deal with them. But yeah, I just versus forever.
My next question comes from someone that has an amazing username. Their username is Gengar Utopia. It says, Q&A question, your mascots are important to you. Gengar and Scrafty. If you were to change them, what would they be? No, Ghastly Haunter / Scraggy are not allowed.
Oh.
I chose this question just because I feel like some people would not expect the answers. I feel like some people might say, oh, this is obvious. Callum's going to choose Shaman and I'm going to choose Hydreigon.
Not necessarily.
Number one, I would never have Ghastly or Haunter as my mascots.
Yeah.
I don't know why you would even have to say, you know, can't choose them, because that's just awkward. I wouldn't choose them at all. For myself, Hydreigon is a powerful mascot, and I like it because as of right now, there's no way I can think of off the top of my head that has Hydreigon as their mascot on YouTube. But probably I would say maybe Blastoise.
Oh,
I would say either Blastoise, maybe Kingdra, maybe Excadrill. I mean, you guys know what I'm at. Oh, Magmar. That's my answer.
Oh. It's just Magmar to do your mascot?
It'd be Magmar. Nobody has Magmar as their mascot. I would make Magmar my mascot, hands down.
Huh.
I love Magmar.
I don't know, for me it's a bit more difficult to choose, because I like a whole slur of Pokemon, but I don't know, I feel like Scrafty suits me, then he doesn't at the same time. But it's sort of awkward just thinking about Pokemon from your mascot. But I don't know, I think I'd either have Banette I don't know. I think Mawile is a bit too girly. I don't know. It's a badass Pokemon, but I think it's a bit too feminine. So I wouldn't have Mawile. I like it, but I wouldn't have Mawile. I would say Mianchao too. I feel like that's a bit too feminine too. So I don't know. Not that I have anything against having a feminine mascot, but I don't know. I'd say either Honchkrow or Banette. Definitely one of those two. I'd probably say more so Banette, but or Mega Banette actually, just because it's got Mega. But yeah. One of the two. But my last question I have is from Sushi Gamer 06. He pretty much just asks, I know you guys get nothing but Pokemon related questions, so I'll have something different. Have YouTube helped you out, you know, take the negativity away, or you know, there's a lot of trolls, but you know, has it lengthened your fuse, or you know, just pretty much just asking if it, you know, if we're quicker to get angry, or does it help us take away negativity, or just if you got like a fucking, what's it called, a thick skin from YouTube, like we don't really care what people say, you know, we know people are not gonna like us sometimes, so I don't know.
Absolutely. But you guys understand that we're in the public spotlight a lot of the time, and a lot of the time we're gonna make decisions or do actions that people aren't going to agree with. Before I even uploaded my first YouTube video way back on my old Call of Duty channel, like I remember this moment specifically. It stuck with me. That's how prominent it's been. I remember as I was rendering it for like the 5th time, because for whatever reason I didn't know what the hell I was doing back then, and I rendered the same video like 5 times before I uploaded it. But I remember telling myself then, like, no matter what happens, some people are gonna like me and some people are not gonna like me. For whatever reason. That's literally what I told myself, and that stands true to this day. You know, there are some people that absolutely love and adore anything and everything that we do. And that's great. That's awesome. I love that. You guys are the best. And there are some people that cannot stand me. You know, I'll be on Callum's channel and people in the comment section will say Nappy's fucking retarded and he's stupid and I hate his voice and I hope he dies. You know, I've been on other people's channels and people say the exact same thing.
Yep.
You know, even on my channel, people might get upset over something that I do. Like, for example, in the Blaze Black 2, Volt White 2 Cooperative Egglocke, when I changed the name of my Excadrill, there were people that were split in the comment section over that and hated my guts for quote-unquote caving in to the bullies and changing his name. And some people loved it because I did. You know, it doesn't make a difference. Whatever I end up doing on YouTube, whatever either one of us end up doing on YouTube, some people are going to love it, some people are going to hate it.
Exactly. I don't know. I think just, yeah, it comes from like when like IRL stuff too. Like before I did YouTube, I used to care so much what people thought of me, but like just doing it and just realizing like, you know, people are gonna like me, people are gonna hate me, and if they hate me, then that's on them. It's not anything I should change. So like it's helped me. So like if I was like going back to school, I probably wouldn't give a shit like what anyone thought about me. Like whereas before YouTube, I used to care so much. So it definitely has helped me out a lot when it comes to stuff like that.
Yep. Yep. That's why I said before, like, haters that leave comments and they get so riled up, especially over Pokemon, like we just giggle at it, we just move on, because it's like, oh well, you didn't like it. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. People are so.
I'm sure there's somebody else that you'll be able to find that were like for example, there are people that used to get mad at me over cursing on my channel. I don't know why you have to curse so much. You think you're cool cursing? No. I'm just being myself.
Exactly.
And they're like, I would watch you, Nappy, but you curse way too much. Well, I'm sure there are other content creators in the Pokemon community that don't curse or don't curse as much in their videos, and I'm sure that you'll enjoy their content just as much.
Yep, exactly. I don't know, I get those comments too, because I don't know, my excuse is I'm Scottish and I'm just gonna be the way I am, and you know, if I stop cursing, there'll probably be some people that are upset over that, so it's like I'll just stick to what I am.
There literally have been comments. People left comments saying Nappy wouldn't be as funny if he stopped cursing.
Exactly. And
I'm like, well, I'm glad that's the extent of my entertainment value. Yeah. Just me cursing up a shitstorm that makes you giggle. Yeah. All right.
Cursing is like just an easy way to get laughs at people. I mean, I know people can be funny without cursing, but that's not really what we're about, I guess. So if you don't like it, okay, cool. Just yeah. It turned into a cursing question.
So yeah. So has it helped us handle negativity better?
Definitely.
Absolutely. Last question that we're gonna pull comes from a username of. Oh wow, we actually already answered this.
Oh whoop.
It's from Patty Kelly. It says, "How do you think your life would have went if you didn't do YouTube?" Like I said, I'd probably still be working some job, whether it be at Sears or GameStop or somewhere else, going to school. And Callum would still be in school.
Yep. There's no exact way we can like, you know, like, oh, this definitely happened, but that's probably what would happen if like we weren't doing YouTube. But you know, something else could have happened. Like we could have got a job somewhere else or just something. I don't know. But yeah,
Swag.
swag.
So if your question wasn't chosen, don't feel bad. Most of the other questions just involved Pokemon, being like, what's your second favorite Pokemon? What would your favorite Pokemon IRL be? What would your team of 6 be? Or some question that we just didn't feel comfortable answering.
So we just tried to make like choose questions that I guess created discussion, where it would be actually like we only did like 9 questions technically, or I guess we had sub questions, but we pretty much had 9 questions overall, and it's a 45-minute video pretty much. So you know, we wanted questions that create discussion and not like a yes or no answer question, like what's your second favorite Pokemon? Oh, it's Shaman? Oh, okay. Alright, move on.
Next.
Yep. Exactly.
Stuff like that. So either way, we hope that you guys enjoyed the Q&A. We hope that you guys enjoyed the project overall.
And you learned a few things, I guess.
Yeah, we hope that you guys enjoyed the Egglocke overall.
Yep.
Thank you guys so much for submitting the eggs as well.
Yeah, I've got crazy buku, man. I got like I think 2,500 pretty much.
Yeah, we got a lot of eggs as well. So thank you all so much. I don't know about Callum, but I know on my own channel we'll be doing Egglocks again in the future.
Definitely here, yeah, in the future. Egglocke's probably my favorite lock challenge, but I don't know. I just love the fact that people took time out of their day to just submit an egg. I love that. Like, I don't know, it's just amazing. They took the 5 minutes to make an egg or something. I don't know, it feels amazing.
So, if you guys enjoyed, we're glad that you did. Hit that like button for us and all that good lovey-dovey stuff. And I guess this is the final goodbye.
Yep, for this project.
Bye.
See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow.